Well, hello everyone. Thank you so much for joining me for what is the first episode of 2026 for the Baby Playbook podcast. I guess it's been a bit of a weird return to the podcast because a lot has happened during the break, the summertime, where I was dropping all of the, best of series, all our most popular episodes that covered all different things from baby sleep to baby solids and all the other good, amazing info and guests that we've had on the podcast throughout 2025. So there has been a bit of a delay in coming back. And as many of you who listen to the podcast would, potentially know by now, if you also follow me on social media, we've had, a crazy few months in our family. So I just wanted to hop on, with a bit of an intro episode to 2026 to give a little bit of background just say hello for the year because, of course, I know this podcast is all about giving you guys great information when it comes to babies, preparing you, giving you as much insight into all different topics as possible from amazing experts and also sharing my own journey. But I don't think that I can just, jump right back into a podcast with you guys without, being a little bit vulnerable and explaining where I'm at as well. So where do we begin? So as some of you would have known, so I'm a mum of two. Let's go back there. Last year I was a mum of two. I've got little Noah who's about to turn 5 and Leo who's about to turn 4 this year. And last year we found out that we were expecting, which was really exciting. And then, even more, shocking to that was that we found out that it was twins. So that was, quite a moment. Lot of emotions, a bit of a roller coaster. There was some stress, there was some excitement, there was some daunting feelings, but we were really excited as a family. I guess I knew this was going to be hard, but didn't think the emotion would come in so quick. We're 2 minutes in, but we'll power through. So we were expecting, and it was 2 boys, which, again, a huge shock. I feel like, I knew it was going to be boys. I feel like I'm destined to be a boy mum. So that wasn't a shock to me, but it was a lot to, process. So well into our journey, of course, with twins, anyone out there who may have been through the twin pregnancy journey knows that twins are a little bit more complicated than a singleton pregnancy. And at the start of the pregnancy, there was, a lot of support from doctors in explaining that to us. And, there's different types of twin pregnancies as well. Don't know how much info you guys would like here, but we had MCDA twins, which meant that they shared a placenta and they were in separate sacs. So they were identical twin boys. And with that comes, of course, some extra risks. And one of the risks is that twins who share the same placenta can develop a condition that's called TTTS, twin-to-twin transfusion. So at my 24-week scan, we found out that the twins had developed this particular condition. And it basically means that, in the most simplest of terms, there's a bit of a difference between what the twins are taking from the placenta and sharing, and it results in a discrepancy in growth. There were a few things alongside that. There's some other things that can happen called marginal cord position and taps. And so there was a couple of things going on. Again, twin pregnancies can be very complicated. And I guess that was really confronting and daunting at the time because, of course, when you go in to a regular pregnancy scan, I guess you just never think that, something bad will come of it, or you'll be told that there's something wrong, or there's something that's gone different. I guess I was just really used to coming in every 2 weeks and having a really, positive, settled, stable scan, getting my pictures, sending them to my husband, giving him the update. So yeah, when I guess things don't go that way, it's a lot. So fast forward, unfortunately in our circumstance, there are twins that can develop this condition, and there are, I guess, potential treatments for it, including a laser surgery. And we were taken to the hospital that could do that. But in our circumstance, it wasn't safe enough to perform the surgery. And very shortly after that day, we did find out that one of the twins had passed away from the condition. So need a tissue. I guess I just wanted to say that losing a baby during pregnancy is, of course, devastating. And so many people have reached out to me to share their stories, whether that be early pregnancy loss, miscarriages, later pregnancy losses, twin losses. And I'm so thankful that people feel brave enough to share those stories with me and to provide, words of encouragement, a lot of prayers, which we very much appreciated. And I guess just being able to share and have that connection, I think I take as like a big privilege. So I want to thank you to everybody who has shared their story with me, and send a lot of love and prayers to anyone who has experienced that and is still hurting from that. In our situation, of course, we also had our other baby to then watch and monitor very closely, which we did for 6 weeks. And that involved a lot of checkups and scans, tests with twin transfusion. It's not just the one baby who is a little bit on the smaller side and is lacking of nutrients that can be affected. It can be both babies, and it can be very risky for both babies. So I guess that 6 weeks was very tricky because whilst we had lost a baby and had that to process and deal with. We also were, very high and stressed out about our other baby as well. So just a lot of emotions. And, being pregnant and, being told that you have to try and keep relaxed and try and take care of yourself is a bit hard when you have so much going on. Apologies. I'm really getting through the tissues now. But unexpectedly then, I ended up going into labour at 30 weeks. Just before the 30-week mark, my waters actually broke. And preterm labour is one of the risks after twin-to-twin transfusion syndrome occurs, and just in general with twins. So I spent a few days in the hospital, and then I was pretty proud that I made it to the 30-week mark on the dot. And on that day, I went into labour, and we have now welcomed our beautiful little boy, Hugo. And of course, that day we also welcomed his twin brother, Micah, who had passed away, but was delivered on the same day. So we are now in the thick of being a NICU family, where I am home from hospital, but little Hugo, who's very small, but he's so mighty and so adorable and so strong, he's in the NICU being taken care of, an amazing team there. But of course, it's very nerve-wracking when you go home without your baby, and in such tricky circumstances. And this is another point at which I wanted to thank everybody who's reached out to me, who has experienced, that NICU journey, whether it was for a short period of time or a longer period of time. Everyone's stories have been really encouraging, and it's just really nice to hear from other mums and be given some advice on how to handle things, and I guess some inspiration and some positivity as well. So thank you so much for sharing, because the NICU journey is also another one that now I'm thrust into. There's been quite a few new journeys. Little Hugo is the most adorable little boy. He's such a blessing. And we're, with him, and we know he's going to be super strong, and he's going to grow, and he's going to be healthy, and he's going to be home with us really soon, which is something that we're holding on to. Hugo shares his brother's name as his middle name, Micah. And the reason we chose Micah is because just a few days before I went into labour, I did see a Bible quote on my feed that I thought was really quite fitting. And my husband happened to also just randomly say that he saw the name and he thought it was a really cute name. So I thought that was very fitting. And the Bible quote was, "Even if I fall, I will rise again. The Lord is my light." So we thought it was really beautiful for Hugo to share his brother's middle name as a tribute to him. So I think that's where we're at. There's a lot of crying in there. I thank you for you guys listening in, and I hope it's okay that I provide this update, because again, I thought, this is a baby podcast, and it's not really something that I can, I guess, not talk about and share before I kind of delve into some other chats with you guys, with some experts on this podcast. So again, I just want to say thank you to everybody who's reached out, who's been so amazingly supportive and encouraging. We truly believe that everything happens for a reason and it's in God's plan. And Hugo is such a blessing. And I can't wait to share more with you guys as our little journey continues. Thank you.